Alright, so today we're going over One Piece Chapter 15 review titled Gong. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this review, and if you enjoy more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. So, we begin with the cover page where we see Luffy, Nami, Zoro all riding on top of a mammoth. Luffy is on top of the trunk, Nami sitting on top of it, and Zoro just like is of course taking a nap on his tusk. Pretty funny, so yeah, that's honestly all about it. And there's also like a funny little detail where one of the ones in the back has like a bandana. And yeah, they seem to be more of like kind of like a snowy region. And that's honestly my thoughts on cover page. I think it's pretty cool. So on to the main chapter. We first begin with Boodle looking up at the drinker's pub, where he's kind of like staring for Buggy. Nice little scene. And then we kind of go into Buggy looking down, saying, "What is this? Did you call me?" And then Boodle just yells, "I'm the village leader, or in other words, the chief. I'm Boodle. Come down here and find me." And then you see one of the other guys that was like besides Buggy with Momonji, and when like during his like introduction. So then you actually he kind of looks down and he's just kind of like thinking a little bit, and then his crewmates just kind of look over the edge, and just kind of like there's just kind of like heckling Boodle, saying like, "Fight with the captain? Do you actually think you can win?" And then the man just kind of like comes up and says, "Captain Buggy." And then Buggy kind of reveals his name, saying like, "What is it, Kabaji?" And then Kabaji just kind of like, "Leave those small fish to me." And then one of his crewmates just kind of like yells, "Ooh, it's Kabaji-san, acrobatic show!" As you just see the man pull out an entire blade from his mouth, and then do a jump up and do multiple flips off of it. And then he kind of just says, "Because I can't help but I feel that these days my skills are starting to rust." And then you just see like his like introduction where you see Buggy's number two crew member, San Boshu Kabaji the Acrobatic. And so basically it's just like this like paler, lanky looking guy wearing like white pants, wearing some like heeled shoes, looks like they came off of the Salem witch trials. He's on top of a unicycle. He has a sword and he's twirling like a little dagger. And on top of his sword is like a little top that's spinning. And he kind of has like a scarf that's like purple and white, and then also just kind of like almost kind of like an emo cut a little bit. And then kind of keeps going, where like his crew is yelling, "Woo, finish him off, Kabaji-san!" And then Boodle just kind of like dot dot dot. And then Buggy just kind of says, "You idiot! The one he called for was me. You just stay back." And then Scurry kind of says, "Aw, and we thought we were going to see Kabaji's acrobatic show." And Kabaji just kind of like stands back. And then Buggy kind of yells, "Hey, why are you challenging me? Do you want fame?" And Boo's like, "That's stupid. I'm here because I want to protect this village because I want to protect my treasure." And Buggy just kind of goes, "Huh?" And then he starts laughing. He's like, "What an idiot. The word treasure brings to mind the thoughts of gold, silver, and jewels. The owner has to have some sense of dignity and pride of it before calling it a treasure." And he's like, "The village your treasure? What a bunch of meaningless words." And then Boo just kind of like snaps back, "Don't you mess with me. I never would have dreamed that I'd realize my love for this village if I hadn't been for the likes of you." And then he kind of yells, "Get down here right now." And Buggy's like, "Go down there?" And he's just kind of like, "I don't want to," as he just fires off like his hand like down using his power. And he just kind of like grabs like Boodle by the neck. And he's just kind of like laughing. He's like, "Yeah." And then like his crew is yelling, "Come off, Captain." And like he just kind of yells like, "Monster." As he just kind of like Boodle clenches his fist and starts punching at the hand. He's like, "Huh? What is this?" And then all of a sudden just cough as it's just like he's kind of like tightens and like blood kind of comes out of his mouth a little bit. And then like Buggy's like, "It hurts, damn it. Are you an idiot hitting your own neck?" And then all of a sudden just like he's like choking out like this Boodle. And Buggy's like, "Tell me to come down there? Just who do you think you're talking to? It's such disrespectful, man. Let me tell you who I am." And then Boodle's kind of thinking to himself, "As long as I can't counterattack at least once, I can't close my eyes." And he's just kind of like trying to rip at the hand. And Buggy's just kind of standing there. He says, "Soon the Grand Line will be within my grasp. I'm going to be the man who got his hand on every treasure that glitters in this world. The word treasure is mine. In this world, there's going to be no one but me who got any treasure." So Buggy's just being a greedy SOB, and just kind of like, I want my money. That's all he wants. And he just kind of continues on saying, "If this village means that much to you, I suppose you would be greatly honored to become dust with it." As he starts to aim down a cannon. And then, like, Boo kind of yells, "What the hell, you bastard? Fight me!" And, like, Buggy's just kind of like, "Oi, whatever. Blow it all apart!" As he kind of commands his crew. And then Boo just kind of yells, "It's like, you can't do anything to the village. Fight me!" And then, like, Buggy just kind of, like, feels his hand kind of shakes. And he's like, "Huh?" And he kind of senses, like, that Straw hat. And then it kind of cuts to, like, Luffy holding Boodle with one hand. And it's kind of, like, gripping the hell out of Buggy's, like, glove with his hand. And then Luffy kind of looks up and just kind of goes, "I've kept my promise. I have come to beat you." And then Buggy's hand kind of, like, flies back to him and says, "So, you come without a single trace of fear but your own will. You morons. You're all so dead." And then Nami just kind of looks at Zoro saying, "Listen, I don't care whether you fight or not. You guys do as you wish. I'm just here for the map and the treasure." And Zoro's like, "Yeah, I know." Just nonchalant. Very nonchalant with the bandana on. And then Bullkong gets up saying, "All of you, what did you come back for? You three just stay out of this. This is my war." He's like, "I'm the one who must protect this village. Don't interfere." And then Luffy just out of nowhere just takes Boodle and just slams his head against the wall. Nami just shocked, being like, "What?" Buddy just kind of like straight face, like, "Huh?" And Zoro's just giving Luffy like a top 3 side eye I've seen. And then he's just knocked out, and Luffy just sitting there just cold, menacingly. And then Nami just kind of starts screaming, saying, You idiot! What the hell was that for? Why did you do that to the chief?" And Luffy just kind of looks, saying, "Because he would have just getting in the way." And then Buggy's just kind of shocked. Just, "Huh?" And Zoro just says, "That was smart thinking. If you had left him alone without a doubt, he would have charged recklessly. It's safer for him to be unconscious." And then Nami just kind of yells Luffy, "Don't do anything unnecessary." And then Luffy just kind of, and like Luffy just immediately turns and yells, "Hey, you huge, red, ugly, big nose." And then Buggy just jaw dropped. Absolute jaw drop. And then now he's just kind of like, "Eh?" Even Zoro just kind of sitting there like, "God damn it, Luffy." I know for a fact he's like, "Fuck! Why did you do this?" And then Buggy just screams in anger, "Fire the Buggy special cannonball! Fire!" And he yells, "Be gone!" And the cannonball just fires, just flinging right towards him. And then Nami and Zoro begins to run away, and they're just like, "Are you trying to get yourself killed, you idiot?" And he's like, and Zoro's like, "Oi, Luffy, dodge it!" And Luffy just kind of looks at Buggy as he's just mad in the face. And he's like, "Do you think just because of a cannonball I'll move a single inch?" A cannonball comes flying. And Luffy just kind of takes a deep breath and he goes, "Gomu Gomu balloon." As his whole body just inflates up near his stomach. And the cannonball just kind of like hits it. And Luffy just kind of like stretches back. So yeah, so this is the third technique we have seen from Luffy, I think. Yeah, third. So balloon is mainly just more of a defensive technique, at least. It's more of like a bounce back against like projectiles. Outside of him just kind of like the normal bullets, is more for like bigger projectiles or more for like a shield. So Luffy just kind of stretches back the cannonball. Nami's just shocked. And then even Buggy's crew are just like, "What the hell is that?" And even Buggy's like, "What the hell is that kid?" Everyone's shocked. And all of a sudden he's like, his crewmate just starts asking, "Could this Buggy special cannonball?" And then Luffy just kind of like pops out and the cannonball comes firing at the pub. And he's like, "He bounced it back." And then Zoro just kind of like places his hands on his head. It's kind of like, could have said something sooner. As like the cannonball just boom explodes the entire pub. And then last scene of the chapter, Luffy just kind of goes, "Yeah, their numbers has decreased. Shall we start?" And I'm just kind of like sitting there, just like on her knees, being like, "What the hell are you?" And then Zoro just kind of like, "So much for blowing us." Pause, Zoro? Question mark? But that's the case. There's no translation notes, sadly. I would have loved to go through some more. But yeah, no, that's honestly the chapter. Um, Kind of short compared to it. Overall, my thoughts of it, I kind of like this. This is more of like the setup towards like kind of like the fight. I like the fact that Boodle stood his ground in like was true on his word, saying he wanted to fight Buggy, and like again more showcasing Buggy's like power with like again like the range of his body can just like move around because he went from like the roof of the pub to like down on the ground below it. So that's some decent distance he gets on his range for his hand. And then just kind of figure out more of like Buggy's motivation is mainly just treasure. And then just Luffy with kind of like with the unconventional thought of, oh hey, I'm gonna knock out this old man real quick and just don't so we don't have to worry about Boodle at all getting in the way. I understand why Luffy did it, but at the same time it's just kinda like he just did it out of nowhere. You can just kinda tell by the reactions of everyone else. Makes sense, honestly. Still makes sense. Even Zoro kinda agrees it makes sense. And then again, a new technique from Luffy of him just bouncing back the balloon. Like kind of like bouncing back the cannonball with like going no balloon. And yeah, no, it looks like the fighting is going to start in the next chapter. So that's my honest review of the chapter. Hope you guys enjoy. And special announcement. I know I said in the last week I was going to have an announcement further with this. So yeah, so as I said, I'm making a story. And here's kind of the title. As I said, the genre is more realistic fantasy. Yeah, there will be supernatural elements, but it'll be more of like realism. What I mean by that is there will be like some magical abilities with it, but like something like let me give you an example because it's said more in medieval times. Like if someone gets hit with a crossbow bolt, like they're crippled. Unless someone has like a magical way of healing, it's like you get shot in a leg and a crossbow bolt, it's like your knee's gone. Like it is obliterated. Like there's no chance of healing back from it. Most arrows, yeah, you'll be fine for it. Knife cuts is just like yeah, and I try to keep it like as close to like their like medieval time period and relative around like mid dark ages to like pre like around that sort of time period is what I'm kind of looking at. And then yeah, I have an official release date, which will be Friday the 18th is when I'll release the story. And then tomorrow I'll kind of release like the platforms I'll do it on, and of course on TikTok I'll have a further release to it. And speaking of TikTok, make sure to go follow it. It is entitled in the description of all my videos, and on top of my channel description, it is AP Beans 2. And also at the end of it, make sure to like, subscribe. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoy this video, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Later, everyone. Goodbye.